I'm not going to do a demonstration of this today. I'm just curious what's in the box. I'm doing any demonstration today. I'm just going to get curious. I didn't think they were going to send it at first. I didn't think they were going to send that black screen paint, but they did send it, which is freaking cool. I didn't think they were going to send it. What is it when I need? One knife. Oh, here we go. One knife to open up the box. Can't find one. So this is a company. I requested for their black screen paint. They make a black screen paint also like me. Theirs is called Paint on Screens. Their stuff costs more than my product, but I'm curious to see what it is. We're not doing a demonstration today. I'm not doing any demonstrations today. Today's Sunday. I was curious to see if they were going to send it or not, and they did send it. Which means if we basically put in the request for Screen Innovation way before these guys, and this got here, Elite got here, Screen Innovation sample sheets didn't get here, we know why. But I don't care about that anymore. I really don't. I'm just curious to see where this is going at. I wonder if they sent me samples or the actual, too small to be for a sample. It has to be the actual paint. Oh, it is the actual, it's drywall. So what they do is they have drywall. This is interesting. They have drywall squares. That's what they have, this drywall squares. But that's not going to match a black Phoenix. A black Phoenix is going to be much darker than that. So they send it on drywall squares. Is that interesting? I've never had sample sheets sent through on drywall squares. This is definitely going to be to compete against a black Phoenix. Oh, so you're telling me I gotta wipe this off. This is dark and this is not gonna match. Or how's this black? It's not even black. That's weird. I've never had anyone send me over cut out pieces of never had anybody send me cut out pieces of I was wondering why the box had pattern. I'm like, did I get anthrax? Because the box had pattern or residue all over it. And I'm like, did I just get anthrax? But this is not. They actually cut out pieces of drywall for their sample sheets right here. Well, none of these are going to do any good against a black screen. We already know that from the door. None of these are going to work at all, period. But the company that I got this from, it's called Paint on Screens. They're supposed to have a black screen paint. So, how the heck am I going to attach this to my screen? Literally. I'm not jacking up my screen to Velcro this thing in. So, that's the color of your screen. That's not going to do well against a Phantom. Phantoms are darker than this. Alright, might as well. And the product for this is really expensive. It's not cheap. Like, my stuff is considered to be cheap compared to theirs. This stuff is really, really expensive. Well, that's drying. I'm going to take a look on. So that's what I requested. I mean, thank you for basically sending down the sample sheets. I really appreciate it. Never had sample sheets on drywall, cut out pieces of drywall before. So that's interesting. I thought they were going to paint them onto some sample sheets and do them that way. I thought that's what they were going to do. But they didn't do it that way, which is interesting. I've never seen on drywall before. Wouldn't it have been a lot easier just to cut it out on a couple of pieces of paper or something and paint it on, or a piece of plastic or something. I guess everybody has their own way of doing something. So that's the only company I could track down that had a black screen paint. Only company. Good Screen doesn't have one. That's the only one that has one. Let's see what happens. Couldn't find any pictures of it, any videos, nothing on YouTube at all, period, of the product in action. Excuse me. Screen paint. Yeah, but as we requested. You better not be up in that window, cat calling. Just heard him jump down. Paint on screens. All right. This is paint on screens. This is their white paint. That's their white paint. So they make a white paint. So that's what I must have down there and on one of those blocks downstairs. One has to be white. And that's their white paint for a gallon, costs $89. I don't even know what the purpose of that would be. If you saw my demonstration yesterday on white screen, you see they all do the same thing. I mean, like right now, I have, for Monday, we have a projector. We're going to use the we're going to use the ViewSonic tomorrow. So the ViewSonic has 22,000 to 1 contrast ratio. We're going to take that, we're going to put that on the white screen, white piece of paper, white sample sheets, anything we throw up there, it's all going to react the same way, including the product we have here, which is good we got this in, because then we can put that against the white screen to show you that it's all going to react the same way no matter what. This is $189 just for the white. What if I paint on screens, projection screens, paint on screens, paint on screens. It's better just going to the website. It would be better just going straight to the website and then from there from kind of dig it up. All right. This is not the white. This is not the black. So mine's going to come up either way. I'm better off just going straight directly to the website. This is paint on screens, the website. All right, so this is the black surface projection screen. Out of stock. Has a 1.2 gain. Now, from what I had in conversations with them, it basically counts on the projector's capability in order to get it to run correctly. It doesn't work outside. This is the one I told you I was a little bit baffled by, the fact that it doesn't work in the dark as well, but it works with the light, which I don't understand that, which it should work better in the dark. We'll see when we get it down here, because we've got a black screen over here ourselves. Dark technology, the latest feature in dark technology. This is all explaining to you. Even these companies even know that dark technology is the latest. It's a new technology, not that gray and all that other stuff that comes out. You people see, I showed you all that in roll-up demonstrations on motorized projection screens that they don't cut it. And do you have any pictures on this one? Determine the distance needed to project the desired size of screen. We don't do that. That's not a requirement for us. Or you project the outline, maximum size projection screen, image and occupancy, if I'm saying that correctly. Marks the border of the screen. Now wait a minute, is this actually surface so blah 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 blah. Okay, to any smooth surface, which is, so you can't paint this on anything. It's going to go directly to your wall, period. It's much like Goose Green. So Goose Green basically has certain requirements on what you can paint on, what you can't paint it on. It's going to have to be painted onto a flat surface. You're not going to be painting this on any form of fabric or anything whatsoever. You definitely can't take it outside at flat black screen trim style. This is a court. So let's see what you have, my friend. We can't touch it today. See, there we go. And I thought so. I knew the color looked off when I pulled it out of the package. Deep gray black. No, 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 no. That's not black. I told you basically before black screens came into play, a darker gray screen was considered to be black. It was before black screens started coming up. Now, I mean, even when you look at Black Diamond claims the screens are black. They call them black diamonds, but if you look at a black diamond, if you've ever seen one up close, they're not exactly black. They're dark, dark gunmetals. The dark slate we have is actually darker than a black diamond. It was near black. So no, because if your screen's black, it's either one thing: it's black or it's gray. It's one or the other. You can't be both. You have to be one or the other. And if you're saying your color is a deep gray, then deep gray means you have a very dark gray, but you're claiming your screen to be black. That's not black. That's actually dark gray. It's dark gunmetal. That's what it is. So no, that's not it. I may have to call them up and have a little conversation. Well, we have a number right here. There we go. We can contact them tomorrow. Ask them the sample sheet we had. This is what you consider it to be. I want to be for sure 100% that what they sent us, this is considered to be. And it says right here, this is the black right here. But if you look at the color at the bottom, the color says deep gray. Deep gray means it's a dark gray, which means, as I told you before, back in the day, they considered a screen to be dark gray to be black. That's what that is. So technically, we don't have a black screen. They don't have a black screen. They have a dark gray screen. But they judge it as black. We don't need that in the front, thank you. Black Widow Racing Formula Paint. It's gunmetal. It's still gunmetal. It's still saying it's gunmetal right there. So it's gunmetal. Gunmetal is not black. Gunmetal is actually gray. This is a darker. Gunmetal is considered to be a darker version of gray. That's all gunmetal is. Some people think a gunmetal is actually gray. No, no, no. Gunmetal is a different category of paint. That's why people got to be real careful about naming a product something that they're not. Gunmetals would be the same color that you would have a UB. A UB is dark, very, very, very dark. That would be considered under gunmetal. Anything else would be lighter than that, because gunmetals look like they could pass for black, or they could pass for black or dark gray screens. But usually when they're really, really dark gray, they call those gunmetal screens. Black diamonds are gunmetal. That screen by Daylight Screens gunmetal. The Dark Star 9's a gunmetal screen. These are screens, if you look at them, you would think they're black, but they're actually gray. That's what fooled me about the Daylight Screens. Daylight Screens, when I looked at it in their demonstration, I was like, gee whiz, they got a black screen. That's pretty interesting. Let's get it down here. Got it down here, found that it wasn't black, it was actually gunmetal. So yeah, they can pass for black screens. That's what gunmetals are. A screen that's gray is not considered to be gunmetal. People make that mistake when they claim their screens are gunmetal. They go, oh, it's a gunmetal. No, that's not a gunmetal screen. So you have to be careful how you claim your product to be when it's not. And even with gunmetal, you're still going to have to pull a high enough white level in order to. The fact that we got a black screen that can surpass gunmetals when it comes to white levels is actually, we saw the demonstration on that. I don't even need to go back on that. Tomorrow we're going to be doing the 22,000 to 1 contrast ratio, because that's someone asked me about, well, what if my contrast ratio is pretty high? I should be pretty good on a white screen. No, you're not going to see it. I'm going to show you where you just waste a lot of money because you're not going to be able to use that feature at all, period. But yeah. Let's see, this is something else completely different. This isn't even for projection screen. This is literally for painting a boat. It's not even for that at all, period. Got to put a pigment on my boat. So it's not even that. So when we look up anything under black paint, only we come up. That's it. S1 projection screen, blah, 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 blah. Then we have just been through this already. S1 projection screen, deepest black, ultra contrast, so and so and so, blah, blah, blah. Let's see, Amazon. This is goo screen. This is definitely goo. It's a border paint right there. That's a border right there. So that's a goo screen has a border paint. So we already been through that one already. They don't have that. This is the one I was hoping they would have a black paint, but they don't have a black paint. It's actually gunmetal because it says deep gray, and that would be under the category of a gunmetal screen. If your screen is black, it's going to say black. That's it, period. There's no such thing as any gray should never be involved in it. Video paint. Video paint. Let me see. Search video paint. Roscoe's TV paint provides a minimum reaction. Blah, blah, blah. Roscoe, do you have any videos on your video paint? Let's see. This is probably used for something for special effects, because it's not even saying anything about basically different forms of projectors, calipers of projectors, how much lumens, can you use it outside, is it ultra short though compatible? You have to have all that information up there. Well, people, we're gonna buy this for the sake of just buying it, but it's video paint. Got one video on it. Let's see what we have. Hope your environment's not too dark. Not good already. First bad sign from the door. That's the first bad sign from the door. Not good. Area's way too dark. Oh, I know what this stuff is used for. I'm thinking projection screen paint. No, this is the stuff that you put in your dedicated theater room. So okay, so you want to paint your dedicated room real dark? That's what it is. I didn't dawn it at first. I'm looking at the lights and like, wait, it's not enough lighting here. But then when I saw the wires coming out of the ceiling, and then I kind of caught like, oh, this is what it is. So basically, putting it on video paint, I would put a dedicated wall paint. With video paint, you would think it would actually be a screen. But either way, who cares? This stuff is painted into your dedicated theater room. So you have a dedicated theater room. We just had this little conversation yesterday about having white screens and dedicated theater rooms. You're going to bounce light all over the place. But anyway, this is a paint if you're basically doing a dedicated theater room and you want your walls to be that kind of light reflecting, not light reflecting, but light canceling kind of paint. That's what you want. And this is what this stuff is for. I was wondering like, why in the world does he have it And now I see why. Yeah, that's why. That's what it is. If it's 63, good gracious, that's going to cost you. That's $63 a quart. A quart's not even going to cover one of those walls. You're going to need about a gallon in order, well, you got the ceiling to do too. So I'd say about a gallon, maybe 2 gallons just to be sure you would need 2 gallons of that. That's $63 a quart. You figure it out, you add it up. I wonder if he has it in gallons, to tell you the truth. But that's what it is. I'm looking at this like, wait a minute, what? Why in the world would you have it? Yeah, it's for painting the room. That's what it's for. Well, I hope to God they don't put a white screen in there. Because you put a white screen, like I said, reflection time. The light's gonna be flashing all over the place. I mean, we already been to that segment already. All right, so that's cool. So yeah, there is no other ones. I'm sorry. And for what I've already seen on the darker mixes, and we've already, like I said, the darkest mix we've done was UV, and we already saw the results of that. The UV mix is really bad because, as I said before, it can pull a contrast level. Colors come up too dark, and white levels are absolutely bad on. I mean, you can get mad all you want, but it is what it is. Demonstration shows what the demonstration shows. That Phoenix pulls a white level literally so high that it can actually outperform a screen paint that's claiming to be at a pull white level. And it should be at a pull high white level because it's gray. The Phoenix is black. The Phoenix should be the screen not having the ability to be able to pull a heavy white level, but it can pull a heavy white level, which shows at the end of the day, there's more than what it is to make up a Phoenix. Because in order for you to even make a Phoenix, like I said, you're going to have to pass every demonstration under a Phoenix, and that is going to be a really difficult one to pass, to have a black screen pull a higher white level than an actual gray screen. Yeah. I got a lot of reviews on that on my freaking open forum site, which is for members only. And they were shocked to see that black screen come down and do that. They were like, wow, that's quite impressive. Yeah. So that's it. That's it. And anything that Partey has to offer, nah, we're not thinking about him. The fact that you had an opportunity right there and you didn't execute on it tells me you're basically a waste of my time. You are. You had a perfectly 100, maybe 120-inch screen sitting right there that you could have did the demonstration on, but you chose to use a cookie cutter screen tucked under a fireplace that none of the ambient light was really going to touch to begin with. And then we're using the projector, using an oversplash, which means you're only seeing the center of the screen. You're not seeing from corner to corner. So that was another cheat right there. All the windows were blocked, every last one of them with shades. You had lamps on all the lampshades, which means anything the light had to go was up or down. And the condensed lighting in the ceiling would have never made it to the screen because it was tucked under a fireplace. Yeah, that was a huge fail. So that's a waste of my time. And then came back in and tried to do another demonstration to justify that. You get one chance with us, one chance. We give you the opportunity, you mess up on the opportunity, we go about our business, we ignore you. And that's why we don't bother with him, because he had that opportunity. But the fact that when I saw the screen had the exact same coating as the screen under the fireplace, I was done. That was it. No more wasting my time on you. It's a waste of my time. Don't send me any more videos. We don't care. We don't want to see them. You had your opportunity and you messed up. Mind you, I'm coming downstairs to my Christian music and I have my windows open and it's around 9 something right now. Yeah. That tells you where I stand and where you stand at. That's not a cookie cutter screen. That's 126 sitting in my window right now. And I can see my Christian hymns and everything coming right up on the screen with no problem. That's what you call ambient light projection technology, not a screen tucked under a fireplace. So, getting back to what we have here. This I'm glad they sent to me because this I get a chance to sample against the white screens, which we're going to be doing downstairs, not today. And this is the color of their screen. That's gray. It is. It's gunmetal. That's what it's called. These are gunmetals. But this is not black. At all. You see the screen right here? This is a gray screen. This is a dark slate. A dark slate is one of the darkest gray screens we ever developed. They look near black. That actually is a gray screen. This is a black phantom. Do you see what I mean? How dark black phantoms are? That's not going to match our screen in any way whatsoever when it comes to contrast levels. That's how black a phantom is. So this right here is not going to pull contrast level at all, period. Doesn't match any black screens we have in here. And this one right here is a slate. Our screens are literally so dark that we can make a screen like this look like it's actually a light gray. So I can call it from the door. It's not going to pull the contrast level, and our screen's going to blend right into it. When it comes to color, it's going to blend right into the screen with no problem. But we'll have that demonstration tomorrow. Okay, with that being said, I'm out of here. Thank you for your time. Gotta go, and God bless.